As the two disappointed sons-in-law were returning empty-handed, they encountered the prince riding his magnificent horse, but they did not recognize him. Thinking he was merely a skilled hunter, they called out to him, "Good hunter, please give us 2 of your animals, so we may not return to the king in shame." The prince replied, "I will give you the animals, but only if you allow me to place my mark upon you." Desperate and embarrassed, the 2 men agreed. The prince branded each of them with a hot iron, and then gave them some of his game, while secretly keeping the heads of the animals for himself. The 2 sons-in-law returned proudly to the palace with the animals, pretending they had hunted them themselves. Meanwhile, the prince rode Raksh only as far as the outskirts of the city. There he dismissed the magical horse and mounted the weak old horse the king had originally given him. Each of the king's daughters prepared food from the game their husbands had brought home. The meals prepared by the elder daughters were dry and tasteless, but the youngest princess cooked a delicious feast. The king greatly enjoyed her meal and wondered why it tasted far better than the others. That very night, near dawn, one of the king's servants rushed into the palace and cried, "Your Majesty, a magnificent palace has appeared near the city, even more beautiful than your own." Astonished, the king immediately sent riders to discover who owned the marvelous palace. But the prince had already disguised himself so no one could recognize him. When the king's riders questioned him, he replied calmly, "I am searching for 2 runaway servants. I branded them before they escaped." The riders carried this message back to the king. The king ordered, "Bring all the people of the city before me. We must find these branded servants." One by one, the people were inspected, but no branded men were found. Finally, the disguised prince said, "Perhaps your Majesty should inspect your 2 elder sons-in-law as well." The king hesitated, but at last he agreed. When the 2 sons-in-law were stripped and examined, the king saw the branding marks upon them. Filled with fury and humiliation, the king shouted, "So you lied to me? You returned with another man's hunt and brought shame upon this kingdom." In his anger, the king disinherited both of them. Then the prince revealed his true identity. With the help of Raksh, he presented the king with magnificent jewels, treasures, and riches beyond imagination. At last, the king recognized the prince's courage, wisdom, and noble heart. The human king embraced him warmly and declared, "From this day forward, you shall inherit my throne and rule this kingdom." And so, the demon prince and the youngest princess lived happily together, ruling the kingdom with justice and kindness for many years.